freaking terrifying place. Like, everywhere you look, there's just scary stuff going on. Like, there could be World War III any day. You know, there's crime going on everywhere. And there's just not a ton you can do about it. A lot of people like think that you can rely on government, or you know that Trump's going to just put in enough good policies that the whole world's just going to fix itself. That's just not going to happen. There is just literally so much sin and pain just everywhere that it gets to people. I know I've talked to several of my friends over the last couple of years, and a big thing for a lot of the guys that I talk to around my age, big thing they struggle with these days is just trying to make a living. Like, it's almost impossible just to make a living. And when they're working 60 hours a week and they can't hardly afford to buy food, it gets pretty depressing. So I think it's very important to remember that where we come from a place of, when we're Christians, that we have hope that even though no matter how bad things look on earth, this is not our forever home, and we have hope in Jesus because He saved us. But there's a lot of people that don't have that. And so I know I'm guilty of this when I'm working and stuff and going to people's houses and I see the way people live, whether it's just I've worked for some people that I'm not trying to shame anybody, but they're 700 pounds and can't get off the couch, and they don't take care of themselves at all. They're just incredibly depressed. And I've worked for a lot of people that with drug use, and just, it's a sad thing, but those people, they have no hope. There's nothing for them to look forward to because they're not saved. There's no hope for them to look forward to. So I think it's important to look at it from that perspective of, without just going around looking at people and saying why would they put themselves through that? Remembering that they get up every day and they don't have a hope of things getting better necessarily. They're just trying to live day to day. I think that's one of the reasons suicide has become such a terrible thing. It's skyrocketed, especially in men. And as I said, just talking to my friends, they struggle really hard with feeling like they're useless because they go work every single day, make no money, or make just enough money, and then they go home and they just feel like they're not accomplishing anything. So, so that all leads to me just saying that I think it's important that we remember how we have been given the hope of Jesus Christ, and that other people need that too. And when you're out and about and you're talking to people and you're trying to share the word, we should do it because we were called to do it, but we should also do it because we're sharing something that they don't have. They don't have that hope, and they're struggling day to day because of it. So I think it's important not only to share the word, but also to try to model your life off of Christ, obviously, and make sure that they're seeing that the peace and the joy in you, because if they're not seeing that, they're not going to look for that hope. Now, that's something I struggle with, because if you ask some of the people I work with, like Braden or Jathan, they'd probably tell you I'm a sad sack because I act like it sometimes. But that's not the case. I just come off that way. But I actually am very thankful and very happy. I just don't always show it well. So that is something I'm going to work on in my life. But so I just want to encourage everybody to do that coming up. Just think about that when you're talking to people, and when you're looking at other people and you're asking yourself whether it's drug use, or I'm sure you all know somebody that's into drugs or is a major alcoholic or anything. You got to remember, a lot of those people just don't have the hope that we do. And so it just seems kind of crazy to us that they would put themselves through that. But for them, it's just them trying to survive. So I That's about all I have, but I was just going to end this out just by reading a verse. And let me pull that up real quick. And it's just I think we all know this verse. It's one of the verses of the Great Commission, where in Mark 16, where he says, "And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to the whole creation." We need to be doing that. It is our mandate. But again, I just want to encourage everybody to make sure you're trying to model your life so that people can see that as well. Because you can say all you want, but if you're not living that way, they're going to see that and they're not going to want that. So that's all I have.